Join us on the Ari'ze Women Network, where our special guests will be speaking about economics, gentrification, colorism, film reviews, health and wellness, reparations, celebrity news, and entrepreneurship. Thank you, and be sure to tune in. Hello and good afternoon. Surprise, surprise. This is Queen F of Ari'ze Women Network. I am coming today with a new type of forum, which is called Break Me Off, BMO. Break Me Off is going to be a new podcast that I'll be bringing others on and myself. But the difference is that this podcast, videos, vlogs for Break Me Off is going to be for adult audiences. For there's going to be coarse language. We're going to go in, and when I say go in, I mean go in. You know, sometimes getting the point across people have to use, or sometimes they use different languages that may not be popular, such as coarse language. So be sure to tune in. Be sure to comment, express your own self, in the chat room. Like I said, we're going to pretty much go in. Break Me Off is a commentary podcast with coarse language. So you will hear coarse cursive language in this particular podcast. Warning, warning, warning. If your ears are too sensitive, you may want to click off. But, I always say people, they grow up raising hell all their lives sometimes. Some people. And then when they get older, they get into the church, which is good. They find their happy place, their peaceful place, and they become where they don't want to hear curse words, which is okay. But you hear it in the movies, you hear it in the music, the songs on the radio. So if you too heavily bound, you're no earthly good, as they say. Sometimes we have to get our point across through curse words. And that's what I'm going to do today, because this is a mess, honey, with Monique and D.L. Hughley. I'm like, what the heck is going on? What the hell is going on? What's really the deal? For once I was able to laugh instead of doing a commentary on the sad news. And my condolences go out to all those who have lost loved ones, especially with the mass shootings. I was going to do a commentary on the Texas shooting, mass shooting, Buffalo shooting. I did a commentary on that. And previous to that, I did a commentary on, it was always some sad news, and my hearts go out to people. For instance, the mental health is a really serious issue, and I did a podcast on that with the Buffalo mass shootings. I had put together the Texas mass podcast, and I decided not to put it on. I'm going to tweak it and kind of, I just kind of want to step back from that sad news. So Queen Up Break Me Off is a commentary. We're going to talk about this issue with D.L. Hughley now and Monique. And Monique is a stand-up comedian. We all know her from years ago, from Soul Plane to the Parker Show. She won a Golden Globe Award for Precious. Produced by Lee Daniels. There was a whole riff with Oprah, Lee Daniels, and Tyler Perry that Monique went through. She claimed they dragged her through allegedly through the mud and tarnished her image, pretty much blackballed her. Now, this is what Monique's, stated. This is all alleged. But we've all been watching the news. We've all been uh, watching Monique's what she's been going through, and it hasn't been fair. It does appear to be as though she has been blackballed, but you know what? This is a whole nother thing we're gonna touch bases on throughout the show. I'm going to show you, or you're gonna listen to a podcast that I heard this morning, which was from the Rickey Smiley show. You know, comedian Rickey Smiley. He has his own podcast. He was in the movie um, Friday. He did, I think, that second Friday, which is Friday after next with Ice Cube. And yeah, he did a podcast on the Monique and D.L. Hughley s- situation. Oh my God. Monique went in. And then DL was on Instagram. He uploaded a contract stating he was an opener, which is why I have um well, originally I was gonna title this Monique versus DL Hughley, who's on first. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, those comedians, they used to uh, have the baseball thing. Who's on first? Is second on first, third on first? And it was like a joke. Who's on first? Uh, who opened first? Who's gonna open first between Monique and D.L. Hughley? This was a whole big riff. And so D.L. posted a copy of the contract stating he was the one, the opener. I mean, the closer, rather, which we know in comedian land, if you're a closer, you're the top biller. You're the head honcho. So there was a whole riff. Monique said she was the closer. It looks like they got the same contract. It looks like whoever the promoter was that they play some kind of game where they made them both think they were going to be openers. So Monique versus D.L. Hughley, who's wrong? And the when Monique stood up and did the stand-up comedian, when she opened her show, she went in on DL. She tore a whole nother booty hole. Like I said, it's gonna be coarse language. She tore a second booty hole in DL, baby, if you ask me. But you know what? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play this podcast from Rickey Smiley's show this morning. I listened to it and it had me thinking, and I said I'm gonna have to do my own podcast on this. Rickey Smiley and Lou Nell, the comedian, which is a surprise when he opened his show. I had not known something about him and Linnell, so I'm going to go ahead and play that podcast from the Rickey Smiley Show. And warning, this is not to infringe on Rickey Smiley's podcast. The 1976 Copyright Act of Section 107 states that fair use is for research, commentary, education. It is not to infringe on, and I'm paraphrasing, but we all know what the 1976 Copyright Act section is: not to infringe, not to gain money. This is merely to do a commentary on. So let's listen up really quick on this. Okay. I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn this music down just for a moment. Yeah, let me stop it. And then we're going to go to the Rickey Smiley show. And here we go. Let's see. I hope a commercial doesn't
Now
play.
listen, one of the most talked about videos that came out over the weekend involved a heated disagreement between two fellow comedians and friends of mine that I have known for years. Monique, who I started out with, and D.L. Hughley, who is my frat brother and mentor. It is crazy because D.L. is my frat brother and mentor, and Monique and I have stayed at each other's house, spent the night, and started open mic night together. We're both scheduled to perform at the Fox Theater in Detroit. Now, the show took a turn when Monique came out and went off about some issues that was going on backstage, and I found the whole thing really hurtful, disturbing, embarrassing. Here's a clip. Y'all don't understand. I was ready to walk the up out of here, but I said I can't let the people down of my Detroit because the promoters as raggedy as a. See, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down for you, Detroit. Your mother contract said that the is the headliner. She is the headliner. That's what I signed the up for. I'm 30 plus years in this business, and I don't open for nobody. The contract said the headliner, but if named D.L, you get turned into a because I won't perform if she does that. I won't go out if she does that. You open for the kings of comedy, I close for the queens of comedy. So when I leave this, the headliner has left. So you came to my home and you put your feet under my table. I don't get down like that. You talk about young blood and because of their names, your name is D.L. What the does it stand for? Hey! With the wrong one. Yeah, Monique been doing comedy 32 years because we started out together because I'm 32 years in. DL been doing it 37, 38 years. I just want to be clear on that. Now, there's been several posts going back and forth on social media, so I wanted to try and have a fair and open discussion on what took place. So I decided to call a couple of my fellow comedians, to get their perspective on the situation. Y'all, please help me welcome comedians. One of my sister, Luella and I, we have a baby together. We kind of messed around a little bit on the road. Started out with they didn't have enough hotel rooms, so we have a kid together, I think. And comedian Lunell, is that true? Are you? Is that fair?
Okay. All right. Let me just take
Is that
this.
true?
I'm not gonna even. I can't. I can't play the rest of that because it's to me it's solely embarrassing. First of all, let's go back to Rickey Smiley. Who all knew that Rickey Smiley and Lunell had a child together? I mean, oh my God. This really just had me cracking up. I'm like, really? All these years that we've been watching these comedians, these two, they have a child together and nobody knew. Who knew? I didn't know. I mean, are we hiding out our women? Are we hiding out our men, our baby daddies and baby mommies? Oh my God. So Ricky Smiley is, he's saying that both Monique and D.L. Hughley, they're all friends. He's been knowing them at least, he's been knowing Monique a long time. He's known DL and he kind of, I don't know, it seemed like he's pretty much siding with DL. Um, but I- I'm going to give my commentary. First of all, um, it's really, Monique, I could say when she did that stand up there in Detroit, she went in on DL. Okay, she went in. But baby, let's go back to DL when those things happened to Monique. Okay, when Monique was allegedly blackballed by Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, uh, Lee Daniels, okay, when they wanted her and let's go back to Precious, because this is what this is stemming from. Back when Precious, the movie, was being filmed and uh, Monique did her part, she did her filming, and Lee Daniels wanted her to do promotions on the road. He wanted her to go to a whole nother country, if I'm correct. Now, maybe another city, but I'm gonna look back on that. If it was just another city or country, okay, apples oranges. Whether it was across the street, they wanted Monique to promote the movie Precious without paying her for transportation to get there or paying her. And she had already took a pay cut. I think she was paid something in the area of was it like maybe, ooh, I don't want to get the number wrong. It was in the thousands. It may have been $100,000, maybe, that she took for Precious. Maybe it was 500,000, but she was getting herself established as an actress, and true enough, she won an Oscar for Precious. She did a great job. She no longer just known as Monique the comedian. She was known as Monique the actress. In fact, the Golden Globe winner actress. Um, but she refused. Her and her husband, who she calls Daddy, they, I guess, talked it over, and she said, "No, I can't do it." She told Lee Daniels, "I'm not going to do it. I've done my part. I've already taken a pay cut." I think it may have been $50,000 she was paid, and she carried that movie, and they blackballed her. They really, Oprah tried to talk her into going and making the promotion gig, and it wasn't a gig because she wasn't getting paid. Like I say, Tyler Perry called her. They tried to get her to do this promotion for the movie Precious, and she refused. She got a lot of backlash for it. Okay, so this is where this is all stemming from. So as we can go count the years, as the years went on by, and Monique took a back seat to, getting gigs. Because when you get blackballed, people they don't call you for gigs in Hollywood if you get blackballed. Okay, you put on a back burner. They said she was hard to work with, allegedly. And be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, Rise Women Network. Get them likes up, share the video, make a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation. Okay, so Monique and D.L, they, well, let's go back. Let's go back. Monique was blackballed. This has been years since this has happened. Um, DL has come out and said some negative things about Monique. Okay, Monique evidently was laying back in a cut. She didn't say nothing about it. She didn't correct them on it. Okay, and then here comes the promoter who got them together to do the stand-up comedy show, and they both were told they were top billing. Um, and the thing is that, you know, whoever was top billing, to me it doesn't matter, but to a comedian does. Okay, but Monique went on late. She wasn't on time, DL said, allegedly. And when she went on stage, she got in, she tore in that butt. Like I said, she tore him a second butt hole. Okay, because Monique was like, "Wait a minute, baby, you put your feet under my table. We go way back, and how dare you?" Because now DL has a habit of talking about people behind their back or when they in some trouble. Remember Bill Cosby when he got was on trial? DL was talking all that shit about Bill Cosby, how Bill Cosby pulled him to the side and told him he needs to stop cursing so much as saying the N word. And he was all, "Oh yeah, Bill needs to do what he needs to do, whatever time he needs to do." You know, and he was just against Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? Now this is what I want to say. Your words will come back to haunt you. We can see that in social media, baby. Your words will come back to haunt you. Okay, all the things that DL said about uh Bill Cosby. You know, I don't know. How is he feeling now? Bill's been freed. How do you feel, DL? How does it feel when the words come back to haunt you? Okay. Now, we just shouldn't throw our people on the bus like that. Whatever Bill Cosby did, whatever, if it was wrong, if it was right, that's up to him and God. Okay, he went to court, he served his time, he did jail time. DL was still talking stuff about him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you gotta be careful what you talk about on stage and social media. You have to be careful because your words will come back to haunt you. Okay, so the words that DL said about Monique came back to haunt him. Monique laid in that ass, baby. She did it. She let him know, well, what's the D and the L for? Are you on the down low? See, the words hurt when it's coming from somebody else, don't it? Don't it, DL? Those words hurt when you on the other end of that stick. But you know what? Monique is right about. Black men should not be tearing down black women. They should not be doing that. Okay, you can do your comedy without, talking about, well, let's go back to the Def Jam days. Sure, they talked about people. You sitting up in the front row, they gonna break you off, as they say. They gonna talk about you like a dog. The comedians. That was just something they did. But you don't constantly make black women the jokes of the center of your jokes. Okay, we took it back in the 90s when we were the black vixens. We were the bitches and the hoes in your videos. Rap and hip hop artists. Well, I won't say rap, but the hip hop artists more so. The rap artists were a little more conscious. We wasn't bitches and hoes, but with them hip hop videos, we bitches and hoes, and they talk about us, and then we went from that. They talk about our weaves as time went on in the 2000s. We were the butt of their jokes with the weaves. Okay. Um, Now we half us don't even appear in the videos. They using other nationalities. Oh well. Okay, then there's the Kevin Samuels crowd supporters that sat back and let him talk about black women like a dog. He did a lot more than just the black women. He talked about the women who didn't have the income or He talked about all the women, educated women. He spoke negatively about, like he said, the less than average or whatever, or average at best. And he built his platform on the backs of women, black women. So enough is enough. Monique is right about how Hollywood is when it comes to comedians and actresses and paying them the same salary that they pay the black or the white actors or the black comedians or the white comedians. They are not very fair. And she was trying to let us know that when Netflix offered her a deal and didn't want to pay her what she felt she was worth. She would say Amy Schumer was being paid with 5 times more than what she was being paid. Okay. So, and then she sat back while people have talked about her like a dog. You know, oh, she's hard to work with. They laugh about, not her weight. Her weight has always been pretty much accepted, but she's really helped for people to accept the big woman. We liked her in the Parkers, Soul Plane, and people had just started to accept, the heavy set black woman. Okay, but being the butt of someone's joke all the time, I pretty much understand what Monique, how she's feeling. Now I'm not so much the butt of the person's joke because of her weight, but because she was setting a standard of, hey, you're going to pay us, as black women, as comedians, as actresses. We're left out in the cold. You are going to pay us what we're worth. And that goes for the regular corporate America also. I saw where administrative assistants are making the same amount that I was making back in 1998, 20,000 a year. You know, um, it has to be equal when it comes to paying comedians what they're worth. Pay the lady, as they say. If she's worth 100, 500,000, or $1 million, pay her. Now, as far as that stand-up comedy routine that she did that night, Monique is one of the kings of comedy, as far as I'm concerned. She's the queen of comedy, but she laid in, baby. Detroit enjoyed it, and some people may have been offended because, Okay. Monique is, she talked about D.L. Hughley, which is one of the comedians they were coming to see. They were coming to see D.L. Hughley. So some of his fans were out there. So I'm sure they did not really like some of the things Monique said. But you know what? If somebody you not grew up with so much, but they started in comedy back years ago. They were friends. And then like she said, he put his feet up under her table. Come on, you don't get on when a person is down and you kick them and you kick dust in their face. We don't do that. No. No, 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 no. We support your people. Support the person that you knew was there when nobody else was there. Support um, an actress or actor or comedian who you know is fighting for something that's important, which is like equal pay or fighting to be respected. You know, it's just really unfortunate. I think, like I say, Monique was right. I'm sorry, boo. Monique was right. She was right when she corrected D.L. Hughley. Like she said, what nigga? You're gonna sit up and talk about a black woman, especially one that's been kicked in the dirt. Monique been kicked down in the dirt, baby. She really have. She survived all these years. She's got that black husband. There's jokes being made about him, jokes being made about her. The fact that she called him daddy. You know, at least she did choose somebody who loved her. You know, um, but Dio is like, yeah, he said in his comedy, in his Instagram, and on his show, the Dio Hughley podcast, he's like, oh well, um, he said, well, the part that Monique played in Precious, that was like an autobiography. Ouch. That hurt. Come on now, DL. Now in Precious, Monique played a woman that was abusive to her daughter and made her daughter do all kinds of things to her body. Are you that come on now? That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. We have got to at least be respectable of one another. I'm sorry that Monique had to go in, but she went in. She did what she had to do. Um, that's a bad bitch. That's all I got to say. That's a bad bitch that will stand up to a man, and she stood up to DL. She really did. She let him know you chose the wrong bitch. You chose the wrong one, baby. She tore a second butt and DL Hughley. Please go watch the video. Please go watch it. Monique is back. The baby is back in stride. And maybe we needed this. Maybe we all needed this laughter. You know, we really did because, I mean, it's been so much sadness in the news. And, you know, it's like, wow. Isn't it time to kind of laugh? Isn't it time to. Oh my God, please watch the video. Please watch the stand-up video. And Netflix, please pay Monique what she's worth. Because as far as I'm concerned, I can watch her all day long. Okay, she do curse a lot. Okay, but the bitch is bad, okay? Oh my goodness. And who knew that Rickey Smiley and Lunel had a baby together? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Monique versus D.L. Hughley. Who's wrong? Monique versus D.L. Hughley. Who's wrong? You tell me who's wrong. D.L. Hughley wrong for talking against his friend when she was down and kicking dust in her face. Now he talking about, oh yeah, you worked with all those people were wrong. Tyler Perry, Oprah, yeah, they could be wrong. Okay, all the money that Oprah and Tyler Perry make, why would they try to convince this woman who has a family too? to go promote a movie and not receive a paycheck. I mean, just look at Tyler Perry. He just bought $100 million mansion. Are you kidding me? You rocking and rolling like that, Tyler? Why don't you help Monique out? Give Monique some money, some of that money. Y'all made some money from that movie Precious. Yes, y'all did. Leave the lady alone. Pay her what she's worth. Monique was right. And Monique, you keep coming back, and I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Now I've got something going on for June is Black Music Month. Support your Black artists, please. If you want to appear on the Rise Women Network, it's an appearance. So if you'd like us to create a banner and put it on our videos for our weekly podcast, we can do that for a very small fee. So I want you guys to definitely support the network. Cash App Queen F Arise 3 to support our network. And I want you to be a part of the Rise Woman Network. You got a YouTube video, a Facebook group, you're a musician, indie artist, a speaker.com podcaster. You want to advertise on the Rise Woman Network? Do that. We are very open to that. In fact, check out June is Black Music Month video for Rise Woman Network. Join us on the Ari'ze Women Network, where our special guests will be speaking about economics, gentrification, colorism, film reviews, health and wellness, reparations, celebrity news, and entrepreneurship. Thank you, and be sure to tune in.